What's good YouTube, and welcome to the house. My tabs are so far open on this market watch, I can't see what I'm clicking on, and I've just woken up. I'm doing this a little bit early compared to usual, because I'm taking my wife on a date to Six Flags today, winter in the park. Say hi if you're in Texas and you're over there. That being said, I'm going to start with what I'd be doing Black Friday, moving into YCS Pasadena hype, moving into some things that happened through the weekend, and some things I missed this week. Let's just go ahead and jump into it, starting with TCG Player announcing their Black Friday sale. It's going to be bonus bucks back on everything, and I can see from my analytics on TCG Player, because you guys use my link down in the description below, costing you nothing extra and supporting the channel directly, and I greatly appreciate it, that these days, when they do the sale on everything, the spikes in the graphs are unbelievable, and I'm sure they see that on their back end, which is why they're going to, I assume, push this sale to be a bigger percent than they've given ever before on everything. So I look forward to this. Definitely something to pay attention to on the market. I also tend to shop TrollingTote. They have some of the best sales. I personally have gotten playmats super cheap. Core TCG is another one that I take a look at. Not even a sponsor. I'm going to shout them out. Definitely something to check out. I've gotten $2 Ultra Pros from them before, basically at under vendor cost when they're trying to clearance them out, and I guess they went for higher sleeves at the time. And then we see Tier 0, some new arrivals that you might not even have to wait for with code WhatsGood5, but I know they're going to go huge on Black Friday like last year. It was their biggest days of sales ever, and they did a really big percent off where you could stack my promo code on it, and they plan to do it again this year, but they just loaded a lot on the site early. You might want to wait, but at the same time, there's some really unique playmats. There's like 4 pages of them that I went through, and there's also stuff that some people missed out on. Now there's only 1 available. I shouted this out last night in my Discord, so I'd definitely be following in the Discord, but there were way more than 1. Somebody grabbed like 20 of them in the Discord. I also shouted out on Zodiac, so there's definitely things to be looking around on Tier 0 for now, which we'll get into later on Market Watch. And finally, GameStop, their sale is kind of doo-doo this year for Black Friday for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's buy one, get one 50% off, and then they're also doing the video game. I think I have the tab pulled up for that. Yeah, so the video game is down to $20, so you get the game pretty much free, but with so many people that'll have the promo packs off of that sale and just try to sell the cards will continue to go down. So what I'd actually pay attention to from that is the cheapest that these cards might possibly be to get your own copies thanks to that. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into what was happening from the YCS. Chaos Dragon Levianeer got an ultimate rare printing. I know one of the TrollingTote sales reps actually hit me up asking if it got a reprint because they were slammed with sales from it, and it will be the ultimate rare I personally think that is worth the least out of the upcoming OTS pack, at least for a while. You're against Solemn Judgment and Twin Twisters. That being said, I still think it will hold a great value. I think this will only drop to 20 and then slowly rise back up. I don't think there's a mad panic to get rid of them, but of course nobody likes losing $10 on a card. So definitely more of these appearing for sale on market already. Pretty good quantity, on top of the fact that that ultimate rare, it's definitely out of the estimated pull value of that pack going to be worth less. So where's it actually going to land? We'll wait and see. Spellbooks made a huge appearance, and I just wanted to note before we get into the highest rarity versions that the engine, basically using Blue Boy, Book, and Knowledge, I love saying knowledge like that, we have reprints within the recent structure deck stopping them from being expensive, but the holo versions now have been printed years ago. Battles of Legends, Light Revenge. So I would actually, if you want this in a holographic at all and you want it cheap, just go for the redo versions. It's a little more expensive for the originals, but the ultimate rares, of course, ridiculous price in general. $22 for unlimiteds, 20s. It's pretty crazy if you're hunting down non-first ed fully hollowed out pieces of these. Similarly, Blue Boy, reprinted in the structure deck, very nice, easy access. If you want hollows, they're still cheap there. And then the ultimate rare, yeah, you can bet yourself it's gonna be expensive even for the unlimiteds towards 20 as well. Where the first eds land, not terrible, 26, but still, that's super expensive if you're trying to hollow out your engine to the max for competitiveness. And then Spellbook and Knowledge got an actual Infinity Chaser super rare reprint, ahead of the curve, huh, Konami? But we see it going up, you're gonna have to find the sellers that offer free shipping and then buy other stuff from them, or buy enough to get the free shipping, so maybe work with friends using my TCG player link. Thanks if you're going for this, and I think this is the most likely piece to go up. I would just get the ultra rares right now. Look at this. It's barely more, so definitely get the ultra rares first at original if possible. If you're going to be chasing this engine down, just spend a few extra dollars. It definitely has the price that can increase the most, but I think this engine will stay relatively cheap. I think it takes a pretty high skill ceiling to understand it, and also when you should play it and how you should play it. And, you know, getting those extra draws is nice, but if they get, like, they ash the blue boy, guess what? You got Diagram and stuff. So it's pretty cool to see that make a splash. Sky Striker keeps ending up in everything. People are asking me what to do with their engine. Yeah, it's going to get hit again at some point. Will it be engaged? I don't know. They've still got future Sky Striker cards to sell. But there's one thing that is for sure. The lowest variants of this even continue to go up. And I don't know what to tell you other than if you're investing in fully hollowed out stuff, I might get rid of that slowly. But you still got to play through December. The ban list updates in January. You got the winter regionals. It's still a couple months away, and they might not even kill it then. They might kill it in April before the WCQ to freshen things up. So how long will this last? I don't know. It's definitely budget for the next 2 months, though, that you're going to be playing if you are confident in this engine and you want to play at regionals. So I wouldn't panic button yet. You know, you got time. But still, I would get rid of stuff like this sooner than later if it's extra. Gizmek Orochi, I'm still surprised, is this cheap. So talking about Orcust, people are saying they're definitely going to hit Orcust along the way. You're speculating whenever you're with ban list, but they keep taking 50% of the top cut at YCS, so 100% somewhere down the road they're going to be hitting Orcust. These two pieces, though, they're pretty generic. They fit in other decks. If Orcust gets hit, yes, there will be an excess on market. They will fall down a little, but they won't fall down the worst. So if you're an Orcust player, don't be panicking on these cards. They have longevity outside of Orcas. That's why I really respect the deck as a kind of more on a budget outside of certain aspects, of course. And these cards, being some of the mid-expensive pieces, definitely not the worst things to have. Kitchen Dragon Maid, really, $32. So this is now the most expensive card. Yo, Weebs finally showed yourself. Nurse Dragon Maid to 26. This is just a combination of the degeneracy of Yu-Gi-Oh players. I get the aesthetics are nice. These aren't topping. These aren't doing anything. These don't have hype behind them. It's just estimated value has gone up for these as Albertian has gone down, the most exciting card that isn't even that great. All of this will fall. Don't pay attention to this. Don't be buying this. Don't be panicking. You're telling me Dragon Maid is worth more than a Mascarene. A card that is going to see long-term play in many a deck, that has amazing synergy with Orcus right now. You're telling me that people will spend more on wholesomely dressed Gal Dragon Maid in the kitchen than Mascarene. This will not last. These will go down. I would get rid of mine sooner than later. Sell into the hype. Get the heck out of my hands if you have this kind of stuff. I understand you might want to chase it down. You will have opportunities to get it cheaper later. These were cheaper earlier. They will fall back down. Lapilation spiking from $2 to $15 on multiple platforms. That was what I was talking about earlier with this, you have tier 0. There's still one copy left. 15 on eBay as well. Pretty impressive overall to see it spike so high, but I don't think it'll stick here. I think it'll fall to $8 and stay around there. It was underestimated to begin with, but now, again, after buyout, overestimated. Everything from the set will be falling. Drop it like a hot potato, in my opinion. Some things I missed. Seamonster of Theseus actually got a baby bump. I hate to say this, in the market overall, you see some listings still there, but hype with needle fiber, hackler for Brax, whatever we're gonna call them, with instant fusion for the tuner having access there. Okay, I get it. He's there. All right. O-Lion, it spiked to around $10, and we see it already falling down to around $8. I think this will continue to fall to around $5. Plenty of people have a ton. I've pulled like 30 out of bulk myself. I haven't even bothered to list it. I probably should. That's like $200, right? But definitely interesting to see that it's already gone down that fast. I think we'll see it towards 5 very soon. But then again, this can rehype towards it coming out. We have a Mecha Phantom Beast link coming out too. Wouldn't that be an amazing place to put a reprint for O-Lion down the road? I'd almost bet money on it. And Jet Synchron is getting a bit of hype too, but it has an OTS 9 recent common. As we've seen in the past, OTS pack commons definitely don't hold on the market. There's a very low quantity. These will probably go sooner than later. If you're truly interested in Jet Synchron, get it fast, and I would just spend the extra money on the super rare mayhaps. But yeah, there's definitely deals to look around for on Black Friday. There's things to go out and find even right now. Definitely use the access of what's in front of you and help your boy out with that TCG player link if you happen to be shopping the sale. I personally expect 10 to 12%. If I'm honest, I would think 10 is more likely, but still, that's amazing on singles. We'll pay attention and see what they do. Black Friday is that day that a lot of stores like to do their very best sale. It's a little bit of pride because, you know, versus the fees they might break even, versus like really trying to get your attention versus other places. And the competition is like none other. There's so many places to go for Yu-Gi-Oh! This Black Friday. Let me know your plans for Black Friday, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not, in the comment section down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.